I'm really struggling with my position. Are you guys turning around when these guys are talking?
No, see, I've noticed you're such an active listener. It's amazing. I
kinda
don't go
feel-
that far, so I'm like doing it.
But I feel like I'm rude because they say really insightful, interesting things, and I feel like I'm rude if I just sit like this.
If you want
Nice.
Perfect.
That's great.
Would you tell me what the moment is?
The moment is, and I guess the very shortened version, the moment is a mockumentary film based loosely on Charli xcx and the tail end of Brat Summer.
Are you having a Brat Summer? I'm sorry, what is it again? Is it?
We agreed to Brat Summer forever.
Don't you just think the whole like keep having a Brat Summer thing is a bit cringe?
It's all cringe.
And I think it's a film about the end of an era, about letting go.
Why don't you tell me about the moment that you agreed to make the moment?
Well, I sort of wrote this kind of, I mean, you like to call it word vomit. Which
No,
is like so offensive.
someone paraphrased that, okay?
Okay, great,
Charlie
great.
wrote a really beautiful piece of personal writing around the time, kind of at the tail end of Brat Summer, which felt like it detailed in a really vulnerable and emotional way how it kind of felt to have like, I'm just funny, I shouldn't be speaking for you.
No, you do it well.
Thank
Go
you.
for it.
But it really detailed how it felt to have sort of achieved something that Charli had been working for like half of her life to do, for 15 years to do, and what it felt like to have gotten to this place and kind of feel like when she held her dream in her hands, all she could do was kind of see it sort of slip through her fingers or anticipate it slipping through her fingers.
Yeah, there was a lot of sort of interest to make a more kind of classic concert film, and I wasn't really interested in doing that. I kind of wanted to do something that, sort of like flipped the form of that more kind of traditional kind of a concert film, and so we kind of made this narrativized sort of satirical version instead. And I think what's nice about it is, having now been in the music industry since I was 16, you really do sort of learn that actually everything is pretty much a shit show all the time, but no one's really like presenting that version. They're presenting the kind of like final, polished, finished product, but really it's like the characters that like operate within that world are like absolute maniacs. And so we kind of wanted to bring that kind of a story to life.
And you were juggling the tour with shooting this simultaneously?
There's some crossover.
There's a tiny bit
Yep.
of crossover, but it was pretty much like Aidan and Bertie Brandes, who wrote the screenplay. They wrote the first draft in a week.
10 days.
Then, 10 days, and that was sort of like right at the end of 2024, and I had finished touring by then. And then we were kind of like shooting in March. So the whole timeline of this process, from me being on tour to like being on set, was like super expedited, and that kind of really informed like the tone of how we were making it and how we were interacting with each other. And I then went back to shows right afterwards.
Yeah, and it was interesting to do that process because it was sort of like, as we were forming the story and as Bertie and I were writing it, it was kind of like we were sort of processing in real time both Charli's like personal feelings of what it felt like to go through a process like that, and then also kind of culturally what Brat and what the tail end of Brat signified in a more kind of cultural space, I guess.
I'm curious for the cast of the film here if there were aspects of the journey Charli goes on in this film that you related to in your own journeys of making art and coming up through that world.
Part of what attracted me to the film in the first place, and I'm projecting this, is a kind of certainty of sensibility between the two of you, and sort of having a kind of attachment to one's sensibility is kind of the only thing that matters, I think. And when you find someone who shares that, that's like where it becomes like cosmic.
Perfect.
You did it. Oh my God.
You made that noise.
Lick away, baby.
Yeah.
I think everyone here in the cast except Rachel is playing a fictional member of your team. Who here would you most actually want on your team?
Oh, I mean, I think it's easy, and that it would be Hailey's character, Celeste, who, I mean...
Fuck.
I mean, I think that the thing that's really charming about Celeste and my character in the film, my Charli film version's relationship, is they really do prioritize art.
Yeah, I mean, I think sort of along the lines of what you were talking about before, like, there's something really lonely in a way about, like, when you're pushing against something for so long and you finally make something that then is embraced, like, all of a sudden, like, this wall that was there is not there anymore, and so you no longer have something to push against, and I think it's something, it's like you guys built another wall to push against, and it's really brave and fascinating, but I think, like, that feeling, people don't like to talk about it, you know, because it's sort of, people want you to feel lucky. Charli, you watch a lot of films, and over the past year, you're appearing in them. I'm curious if being in movies has changed your relationship to watching movies or being a cinephile.
I think I'm definitely watching actors in a slightly different way than I was before. Like, for example, okay, when I watched Pillion, which I'm obsessed with.
What am I gonna do with you?
I was like thinking about how when Alex and I were working together, just like the complete transformation of you between those two roles. I mean, like, yes, obviously, but like when I watched that film, I think before having worked with you, I would have just enjoyed the film. But now I'm like, oh my God, he's so fucking diverse. He's so like, I'm thinking about all this stuff and how transformative like you are when you're on screen. And that's kind of now what I'm thinking about when I'm watching films. Like that film is just so
really
amazing.
No, it's a good stretch.
No, it's a good stretch.
Incredible.
It's so incredible. And I was thinking a lot about that when I was watching Pillion, and you know, because I think in our film, you know, Johannes is, well, you know, not my yeah, sure. Not perhaps somebody that I want to be around that much, you know, and when I watched Pillion, I was like, oh my God, I just want to spend time with this all of these people, and like the way that you like, oh, I don't know, I was just so blown away by that movie. I could talk about that all the time instead of our film, to be honest. But yeah.
This is for all of you. If there's one word you think people will say when they come out of the premiere tonight, what do you think it'll be?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we've got wow, yeah.
Kylie, I think a lot of people will be saying Kylie. They'll be like, whoa, Kylie.
Nice.
Which will be cool because she really is amazing in it.
I can't think of one word. Everything I think of is like, oh my God, okay, let's go to the after party, get a martini. Like, it's a full sentence. You know, we gotta talk about that over a drink.